Okay, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Let's kick off this webinar session for this month. And today's topic is very apt, very of the moment, artificial intelligence in the contact center. Well, that's what we'll be covering today. And let's do a little bit of an agenda just to get us all in the right frame of mind. What we're going to cover, we're going to be talking about some of the promises of AI in the contact center and well, all kinds of promises there. People will think it will do everything. So we'll discuss that a little. We'll talk about the reality, the state of AI today in the contact center, and then we'll look at some AI opportunities in respect to reviewing calls and supervisor AI. Now, AI can apply to other things, but these are the specific things that we're going to perhaps drill into a little bit today. Maybe in a future session, we'll cover other things. But before we go any further, let's introduce ourselves. So me first, my name's Gavin Stewart. I'm a channel sales manager here at VCC Live. I have been in this industry for quite a time, 25 years, working with vendors. So I originally started with on-premise type solutions, and in recent years, working with cloud-based solutions in the contact center space. And today, we're very fortunate to have our main presenter for this session, Elamir.
Yes, Gavin, thank you very much, and welcome everybody. I'm happy to be here and happy to see you, all of you who joined today. I work for VCC Live for 14 years, so I have some experience regarding our technology and our cloud-based solution. And before that, I worked in outsourced contact centers, worked for outbound and inbound projects, mainly with calls, but also with other communication channels like email, chat, text message. So I have expertise with this background. And these days, I keep active contact with customers and I collect their needs, their requirements. I optimize, set up. So this is really exciting every day. And obviously, today's topic is a part of that. Okay, so before we start, I would like to just look at the screen, and at the bottom at the middle, you will see some feedback buttons with emojis. And my question, and this is connected to AI, that do you have documented processes and you keep, for example, a knowledge base? You can think about, CRM. You can also think about shared drives where you collect the processes and then you share it with your team. Okay, good. So many of you raised their hands, let's say it this way, in the online world. And my second question would be that whenever there is a change in that, then do you manage to keep it up to date, so you immediately change it? I mean, there is a change in the process you can think about, or also there is a new product, then you just keep it up to date, or maybe you need time for that, and then it's not totally up to date for a certain time. Okay, I received a bit less yes this time. For those who press the yes button emoji, then I would say that for you, for the AI, if you think about outsourcing activities to voice bot, chatbot, so instead of real agents, then you have currently a better chance, and already at least the half of your agents you could change, or at least assist better with AI tools. Okay, let's just jump in. So we heard, all of us, we were talking about AI and we visited conferences, and I just collected for you some of the promises that we received during the recent years regarding AI. There is always something like everything is completely automated, everything is perfect, and emotions are recognized. And then we have really great accuracy, and there is no error in our responses. Everything is secure. There's flawless security. And whenever we talk about learning, then it's unlimited adaptability in our solution. And also, maybe you have seen that as well, that when we talk about, again, accuracy and forecasting, then it's proactive needs. It's always there. And well, so these are great promises, but obviously we have to think it over, that what is possible today and what can be possible later on. Let's just see in historically that how AI influenced contact centers throughout the recent years. Just a quick overview. So in 2023, based on Gartner reports, 60% of contact centers already use some kind of AI, which already improved customer service processes, and therefore this way customer experience. What you can think about is like language detection, assigning to queues with AI tools, even calls or emails, things like that. But the major challenge was still there, that when can we fully replace or assist human interaction? It just was not there. But there was already an improvement. For example, if we look at the customer handling time, that it was already possible to increase by 20 or 30%. On the next year, by 2024, and in that year, CX leaders and high percent of them, 70%, considered AI as a strategic priority. So it's really important because it was already in their plans, and generative AI technologies became more widely available. Also, it was already included in feedback and training sessions. So that was a big change, and the strategic importance highlighted the topic even more. And based on the report in this year, 2025, 80% of contact centers will use some form of generative AI. Primarily, the aim is to improve customer experience. So this is something that we can expect this year, and let's see further that what challenges we can have and what is the key for using these tools perfectly. The key element for using AI solutions, if we talk about, for example, let's focus on calls, then there is a transcript. Transcript is that you can read that what happened, for example, in a post-call analysis. You can read what happened during the interaction. You can read what the customer said, what the agent said. And obviously, why it's good? Because you can be compliant, you can double check whether everything was fine during the conversation regarding quality as well. There is an option as well for tone of the voice recognition that again can help you to give feedback for the agents, and also emotional state assessment is there, and that is an available technology. All of these things go to quality management. So this is something that can assist whenever you listen back phone calls. But there is a big challenge. In many contact centers and also in BPOs, I have seen that there are thousands of calls in a month. And you just cannot check and listen to all of those. And that's why transcript is important, because you may pick the perfect ones. Maybe you receive a feedback from the agent, maybe after the call from the customer is a complaint that is not so good, because then you need to handle, and everything is afterwards. But if you can transcript everything, and then there is a tool that highlights that which recordings you should check, because there is a risk regarding compliance, or that can be a complaint, then you can immediately act. So that's why transcript is a key part here to avoid the risk that currently is there if you really cannot check. I was a supervisor, I couldn't check thousands of calls a month. So that's a real risk.
So what's keeping you up at night, or what's keeping up the supervisors or head of contact center? Well, this poor chap on the right-hand side is completely preoccupied by is he taking full advantage of the contact center transcripts relating to what Elamir was saying. So this
Mhm.
is something of concern to him. It's just a thought.
Yeah, thank you very much, Gavin. And first of all, let's go through again regarding these transcripts. And you can see this is a quality management feedback on the screen. So this you can see that you have criteria there. You can listen to the phone call recording. And what you can um, use here with AI is that you have the full transcript. That's great. You can have a summary of the call, which also increases the time for the quality management. You can have sentiment analysis. That's perfect. So even if you can match on the call recording, if you can tag it that where it happened, I mean, it's not you who is tagging it, it's the technology, then you can just click there and listen to there what happened at that part of the conversation. That's the same for content moderation. So you can use your documentation and compare whether everything was compliant. This is again important. This is post-call analysis that we are talking about. Also, keyword detection. If you can list some keywords or you can search, then again, you can automatically tag it in a call recording. And if you have, for example, a 20, 30 minutes call, then it's simply easier to find those parts that you want to listen to, and then maybe just go back to the agent, give a feedback session, or put it in your training materials because there is something that you need to improve. And further tools that you can use in quality assurance features, entity recognition, silent analysis. This is really interesting to see whether there was a big silence sometimes during the conversation, or as well topic recognition and custom logging. So these parts you should think about when you use transcripts. And this is the good news is that the technology is already there. So this is available when you want to
Elamir,
analyze calls. Yes.
I think it's really, you touched upon it. It's really
Mm,
important. There's some highly regulated industries. So
yeah.
this allows, for very tight control and compliance. So we know exactly that these, certain things, points X, Y, and Z happened to be compliant. So I think that's really important.
Yes, and again, just going back to the use case about the risk. So if you have everything transcripted, then it's much easier to find these parts where you need to really verify whether you were compliant or not. So core review, this is super important. And next, what is happening with core reviews? You have a really big data, and this is actually a challenge. So AI collects for you a lot of data. You can then later on analyze it, but still there is a human resource. You are as a quality manager or as a supervisor, then it's limited because there are tons of data. So you still have to come together with a plan how to use it and generate something for the learning materials. And again, regarding time and efficiency, traditional review processes are slow and it's still often manual. So you cannot really make use of the AI tools quick enough because it's still happening after the call. So the mistake happened already. So that is something that it's a good thing to have, but still there are challenges. And again, regarding learning, well, supervisors can then apply this knowledge, but not immediately, not in real customer situations. And then what can be the solution for that? We call it supervisor AI. And what is supervisor AI? It's an intelligent system that monitors and analyzes calls real time. So when it's actually happening, so it's not post call analysis, and can take immediate action. How it's happening? The functions are so real-time analysis of calls. The supervisor AI can provide recommendations, um, to customer service agents real time when they handle the call, and also it helps them for real time troubleshooting. So when there is an issue, then there is someone who helps you, and it altogether increases the efficiency of your work, because supervisors, AI supervisors, uh, also support real supervisors in their learning processes. Let's go a bit further in that. So what is actually happening thanks to supervisor AI is that all of your agents receive a coach during their activity. And well, so I was a supervisor as well, and I had real-time monitoring tools, and I managed to listen to conversations. I even tried to listen to two conversations at the same time. Didn't really work. But when you listen to one and you go in some kind of tutor mode when you can also assist the agent, that's a great thing, for example, for new agents that arrive to the contact center. But for example, you have a team of 50 agents, you just cannot have 50 supervisors that assist them. And that's where supervisor AI can help. For example, if an agent spends too much time on a problem, then this AI can suggest alternative routes for handling these discussions. Also, AI this way gives immediate feedback to agents. So you don't have to wait, and the agent doesn't have to wait for the post-call assessment. So that's a value already. For example, if customer is talking with a dissatisfied tone, then can be a pop-up, a highlight that watch out, you should give this and that response, and this can be auto-populated on the screen so they can see what they should do. And regarding efficiency, this real-time suggestions, it allows immediate corrections. So you don't have to call back the customer and say that, oh, there was a tiny mistake and we need to modify a bit the contract we just agreed on. So it can also reduce the errors that agents obviously can make during phone calls. So statistics currently shows that at least 20% efficiency you can go up to using supervisor AI. And how it looks on the agent interface, you can see it here. So there are to-dos. This is a customer that we are checking here, and we have a call with that customer. We have customer data. We can use various channels, obviously. In an omnichannel contact center, you use calls. You can at the same time send an email confirmation or reach out via WhatsApp with a proactive chat and send a text message. And these are many channels, and obviously there is requirement for a tool to offer that what is the best channel, and during, for example, a call, to have some kind of feedback that what should I say when I hear this and that sentences from the customers. This can be a pop-up message that you can see here, and also the agent can also reach out to a button at the bottom right-hand side corner whenever they need assistance from the AI.
So, Elamir, this is the agent's view. This is the
Yes.
agent working on
Yeah.
the interactions, and then in pops this supervisor AI, this automated helper that's going to make the agent's job easier and give them some perhaps choices or the right choice, or suggest what might do things better at this
Yeah.
instance in the interaction.
Yes, exactly. And then they can use it for a call, or if they need a summary and send it in an email, then they just click on send. So this just speeds up the whole process. So not only helps them to, to have an assistant, to have a coach, but also can speed up the wrap up time. So the after work when it's finished, because then it's all automatically there. And you can also think about, like, use it in meetings, I guess, that you have an AI-based summary of the meeting. It's the same with calls. you have the transcript, you have a summary, maybe you modify it a bit, but then you just send it, and it's super quick and easy to use. You just have to learn, and still how it changes the learning process and the learning culture. This is interesting. So um, on the learning culture, it's obviously it changes. And what I mean here, so regularly processing feedback and advice from an AI, it helps you to implement this knowledge into the daily practice, and it's happening real time. So obviously, I also believe in trainings, in post-call or post interactions, but when it's happening real time and you can correct it, then you just learn it during the process live. So it changes the way of learning as well. And also, when we think about AI-based learning system, so it's not about just solving a solution real time, but also it can summarize for you that what next steps you may do with your agents regarding training sessions. Again, so you receive a summary based on the collected data and analysis that, and also highlights that what you should think about and train. So this is something that we also need to learn, and then actually our learning process also changes. So
And
this is really exciting.
and Alan, what do you think for the new agents? We always got
Mhm.
some turnover of agents. Is this
Yeah.
going to be, particularly helpful for them?
Mhm.
What's
Mhm.
your thinking on that?
Yes, we already talked about monitoring the agents real time, and you can already do it in tools. So listen to agents, and for new agents, that's again that part when we talked about the coach. So this is super important for them. So you don't have to, you can also think about the human resources. So there is an agent who is experienced, and you just sitting next to that agent and helps and coaches during the first interactions. That's a good thing, and we used to that. But you don't necessarily need to do that, because this experienced agent can handle the cases, while a supervisory AI can assist the new agent. So this is what which changes the methods and process a little bit, and that's what we need to learn. And what is also exciting, that this way, your contact center becomes kind of like a hybrid contact center. I mean, that there will be AI supervisors, human supervisors, and an agent. And obviously, then it later on can lead to that parts of your agent activity can be also replaced by AI. Not then by a supervisory AI, but an agent AI. That can be a voice bot or a chatbot. So this is the way where this future of the AI is leading, and and more supervisory AI can become and will become an essential part to your contact center operations.
So I can see, Elamir, that the supervisor AI is definitely going to be able to assist the agents, and it's going to take some of the more repetitive things away.
Mhm.
Might it also have benefits for the real supervisors? They still exist. Supervisors still have supervisor things to do. So is
Yeah.
AI going to help those supervisors as well in their job?
Mhm. Yes, this is really important. So currently we are talking about assisting agents, but at the same time, obviously, it's assisting supervisors. Supervisors have more and more tasks to do, repetitive tasks, and and sometimes they just cannot use the creativity that they have in themselves, because they do some things that actually reduces this creativity. So it just helps them to have more time for those things, when they can think about how my team will be better and better next year, in the upcoming years. You can also uh, plan that which technology you will implement, and this helps a lot. So supervisors are overloaded, and this is an assistant solution as well. for them. So it's not replacing important, it's assistance. And it's coming by time. So it's like self-driving with cars. So there are the best self-driving car currently. It obviously started from zero. Currently, it's roughly like 20 kilometers without a human touch. So that's already a great progress that we have there in technology. But then still, it needs assistance. So that's an important factor. It's not completely replacing. And my summary would be here that AI and the future of the supervisory AI is not just about feedback and training. So you can think about that it can play a role in your contact center and in your team and in the workflows. And what is exciting, if you think about your own current processes and your structure in your organization or contact center, then how you can think about implementing it in that, and then think about how later on your organization structure will change a little bit to become more and more efficient. So there are many options and possibilities. And what I usually say is that the perfect thing, if we continue based on this that you received today, this discussion, and check how we can really assist you implementing such tools in the future.
Yes, well, it sounds excellent, this supervisor aspect, and maybe we'll talk about other aspects of AI in the future as well. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more about it, please do feel free to contact us. We'd be delighted to speak to you. So you can see contact details there if you want to reach out to us. And here's a little kind of graphic, kind of showing a theme here. We would like, our vision would be to remove those mundane, repetitive, boring tasks that maybe agents or supervisors have to do. Let them deal with the more human to human aspect. So we don't want the robots like it's shown in this cartoon. We don't want them doing the artistic bits and reading books. We want to have the human to human contact be with the agents and the end customers, and let the AI assist with those more mundane and repetitive tasks. I think that's a noble goal for us all. So if you have any questions, like I said before, do feel free to reach out to us. I'd just like to thank you for your time this morning to listen in on our view around AI and some of the areas where it's being used in the industry and how it might benefit you. So if you do have any questions that you'd like to raise with us, please feel free to reach out to us on LinkedIn or however else suits you. So thank you. I'll leave the last word to you, Elimir.
Yes, thank you very much, Gavin, and thank you very much for the audience for joining. So I just suggest really keeping in contact. I'm really happy to continue this topic and generate a real discussion, and then show you further things that you can benefit in the really near future regarding using these technology. So thank you very much, everybody, and see you on the next webinar.